The show you are about to listen to is intended for mature audience only. There will be things said that may not be appropriate for younger audience and may offend you. We at Whatever Talk would like to apologize in advance. But really, get over it.
Salam, though, folks. Salam or salam, folks. Welcome to Whatever Talk, the show where we talk about whatever we seem to be talking about at the time. I'm your host, Donnie, and I got my man's T. Cliff, which is not here. I'm hallucinating.
Mm-hmm.
Simply Kev. This freaking Rona giving us cabin fever. We talking about whatever that's on your mind. Speak your mind, don't be shy. This is your time to shine. You know about that Kyle cat, the white kid that's walking around protests, shooting up people?
I've heard some things, yeah.
Okay, here is something that I have yet to hear in the media, but I hear about this all in the media all the time. They're just not making note of it with this situation here. Kyle, I forget his last name, but hey, everybody knows the rifle-toting kid by now. He supposedly had shot 3 people, and one of them ended up dying. You heard about that?
No.
In the protest.
I have actually.
Yeah, in one of the protests, and everybody is like, why is he just walking around with this gun, this rifle at the age of 17, which I don't think is practically no state that allows that anywhere for open carry or trying to hide it type carry, concealed carry. Right. Everybody's like, the cops not doing anything. They even gave him bottles of water to replenish his electrolytes and all this stuff. So thank you for being our gold star peaceful protester security person.
Exactly.
The media is saying all these things about that. We know about that, at least in the media. Here is more of white people's golly persuasion through the media. You hear about the black on black crimes. You hear about the Jamaican on Jamaican crime, the nationality on nationality crime, and yes, since all lives matter, they have to put in there the white on white crimes as well. Now, but you don't hear anything about the white on white crimes. They just shut it off like as if it never happened, or the person was out of his mind.
Mm-hmm.
But one of our people just lost it for a second. We'll snap it back in place. You know what I'm saying? And here it is again. The media is saying everything about this rifle-toting kid, except that. They're not mentioning, well, I'm quite sure somewhere mentioned this, but they're not fixated on it. And nobody in the social media is commenting on it for, I don't know, reasons, maybe fear, I don't know. But the 3 people that he shot were white people. So isn't that white on white crime? And this is a double entendre right here, because these are supposed the rioters, the 3 white people he shot. So that also entails that the media, people are overlooking the fact that these are white people doing the chaotic part of this peaceful protest.
Right.
Where is the conversation about that?
I ain't heard nothing about it.
But you got all these, the media is all fixated about the black non-violent protesters that are getting killed on site. They talk about that though, right?
Yep.
These are actually the ones that are doing it peacefully, but yet they're the ones getting shot and killed by the non-violent white people that are here to protect us. And their followers of helping control, doing their citizens arrest thing, basically being vigilantes to help the cops, even though being a vigilante is against the law. And speaking of the white on white crime, it's way more white on white crime than it is any other nationality crime. Because what do you think the war is? That's just two white people fighting against Russians.
And they're the majority. They're the majority anyway. So that percentage is going to be higher anyway.
Exactly. Exactly.
So don't even try to give it to us. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We're such a small percent of everything.
If it's more of y'all populated, and then it's in this war, and y'all control all the war, then it's going to be more of y'all on y'all crime. Exactly.
But like you said, they don't report that.
They actually do, because war is in the media all the time. It's just that it gets reported as just America wins or steals another win.
Right.
It gets disguised as other stuff like that. It gets disguised as, or they use their godly persuasion to persuade society, like not talking about the fact that this white kid shot 3 white people. You see it out there when they show the media, when they show all the riots. Let's just say those riots are pretty whitewashed.
Right.
You know. We got some comment, man. We got actually a couple of comments.
Now this was a comment towards what? I mean, a comment to what?
About the show.
Right, just a broad comment or about a specific episode or a specific topic.
They mentioned they listened to an episode, but
okay, I got you.
Yeah, but
okay, cool.
The whole thing is broad, as overall whatever talk.
Okay, cool.
The comment comes from, I hope I'm saying this correctly, Tamara. I don't give last names. Never know who is looking for who. Like, we're looking for Tamara. She just made a comment on
Exactly. You know, I was going there, bro. We think you know what she is. Just because she made a comment towards your show.
Exactly. Like, so you trying to say all my audience is family and friends? They don't even care about anything I say. I bank on the strangers hearing my show, not my family and friends. They don't listen to nothing I say.
Just because she sound like she might be black.
That's another thing. My audience only got to be black because I relate better to them.
You know what they're going to say? Well, her name is Takara, sir.
We presume, since her name ends in that she's black. You know, don't come on, Mr. Black Person. We got Tanisha, Shaniqua, Lakira, all blacks, Keisha,
right,
Tamika, and
Amanda just messes it up.
Now we got a Tamara,
Tia,
right. Tiffany,
Margarita.
Is that a measurement?
And her twin sister Margarita.
Don't forget the cousin Tequila.
Right.
Oh man, but Tamara stated, I listened to this episode and laughed because it's what we all think.
Now, which episode was that?
Titled, There's a Message Here.
Okay.
And I was like, this person gets it for the most part. That is what we do on the Whatever Talk, to speak on what everybody else is afraid to speak on. I took that as one of my favorite comments because that is exactly what a Whatever Talk is. We speak what you think to try to invoke courage. You know, stop being afraid. If you're going to be afraid, like, that's one thing to not be afraid. And speak your mind. That's why you're constipated right now. Literally, it's probably why you're constipated, because you're not speaking your mind. Like, get that junk off your chest, and that way your bowels can flow freely.
Right. Shit off your chest.
Exactly, man. Like, come on.
It ain't supposed to be all the way up there.
You know, you still wondering why you feel the way you feel because you allowing people to run over you. So speak up. Yes, we still all got to bite the bullet because we haven't made it in a position in life to where we can just say F you for real. We like to think to say F you in certain scenarios,
right.
but
It's consequence.
yeah, but we don't really have any corona codes today. But I think if we had the actual physical paper called the corona codes right now, I think this would be in the news of the corona codes.
Okay.
Black Panther died. Chadwick
Boseman.
Boseman, yeah. I called him Chad, because we're cool
Right.
like that.
Right.
And but they said he died of cancer.
Right.
The reason why I'll bring it up, this news came out about a week after we recorded with the Redneck Review,
mm-hmm.
and we talked about how in the media is showing Black people dying of Rona and everybody else is dying of whatever illness that they died from.
Right.
Go listen to it. It's called We Are Not Friends. Oh, I also released that episode within that time frame as well. Black Panther dies of cancer. Me, an overthinker, thinking about all the stuff that I talk about on whatever talk.
And I think I know what you get ready to say because we talked about this on, I think, our last one.
Yeah, on that particular episode, we talked about exactly this.
Okay, go ahead.
Basically, the coincidence of, the media only shows Black people dying of Rona and everybody else that is not of the Caucasian pigmentation is dying from their disease or whatever. And here's a coincidence, right after we get finished talking about it, this Black person in the media dies of cancer. But here's the kicker part about that. The lead singer of the Temptations, or at least that's what I haven't heard the Temptations and the modern day Temptations, and I don't know, ever.
You have, but you probably didn't know.
Well, yeah, I probably didn't know because they don't sound nothing like David Ruffin in them.
I'm pretty sure your daddy got For Lovers Only.
He probably do. But again, they ain't David Ruffin in them, so I don't know.
Nah, it ain't Ruffin.
They ain't riffing like Ruffin.
It ain't riffing like Ruff. Kendrick's in them.
Exactly. Well, Bruce Williams, you want to be Ruffin? Huh?
Well, you ain't gonna get it, because you ain't got it.
I know that was two different movies, but we just had to do that for that moment. I just had to do that for that moment. It's about 4 different movies.
He said, I know you don't smoke weed. You ain't got it.
Because it's Sunday and you ain't got no religion. And oh man, dude. Man, we gotta hurry up and get this sketch comedy thing on the road, man.
Excuse me.
Oh man, I'm glad you were able to identify about 4 different movies. That's dope. That means you on your job, man. Continue with the story. Bruce Williams from the Temptations dies of the Rona. So it's kind of like
Bruce Williams.
That's why I said I don't know if he's a real Temptation or not. But
I mean, now I do know that there is 2 sets of Temptation.
Yes, I know that as well.
Now, right, you got, I think, you got Otis's group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whatever you say, Otis. Yeah, Otis. You got Otis's group. He started the whole Temptation existence.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You got his group, and then you have Dennis Edwards' group, which is, I think it's called the Temptations Review or something.
That's whack. That's a whack name.
Right. He might be from that group. I think he's probably from that group.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't go in depth with this.
I ain't never heard of no temp named Bruce.
You don't even sound like you can sing.
He just don't even sound like he sound like he get all the stuff that they don't want, man. Let Bruce sing that part.
Bruce, go. Bruce, I can't get past him saying Bruce. Stop it. You kidding me? Bruce, you just ad-lib. You got all the ad-libs, Bruce.
Oh man.
This is you, Bruce. When we go, yeah, and then here come you, Bruce. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Minimal participation.
That's all you, Bruce.
Right. Eat a hummer. It must be get Bruce to hum on that shit. Make him feel good a little bit.
Boy, it won't be nothing without that humming, Bruce. You know it.
Nigga said, Bruce, go on and do what you do, baby.
Bruce, go do what you do.
Bruce.
End it with the baby.
You gotta put the baby on there, nigga. That's silly.
Oh, man. We ain't gonna never get through this episode, man. We ain't got nowhere. Did you notice that in the episode, man? We ain't got nowhere in the episode. We play too much. This is our second thing we talked about in the episode.
All right, go ahead, man.
Oh, man. We some savages, man. Whew, anywho, back to the whole conspiracy here.
Right.
Is that Bruce here, temperature went too high because he died of the Rona. You know that ain't pun, temptation. Anywho, I just found that what a coincidence that after we just got finished talking about black people only getting in the media and dying of Rona, we got this one cat who's died, that people are so fixated on this cat because he plays a fictional character too. On top of that, we didn't even care about Chad. We care about Black Panther.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Again, come on, people. They gotta say that too.
Right.
People out here.
A lot of people don't know it. A lot of people didn't know his name. Chadwick Boseman died. Man, that's messed up. Who's he? Black Panther. What? Lord have mercy. Not the Panther. I don't even say black. Not the Panther. I'm trying to shorten stuff all the time.
Oh, boy. Not the Panther. Oh, man.
Other movies too now.
Oh, Lord. Not 42.
Right. Not Get On Now.
Not Get On Now. You mean to tell me, get up?
Get on up and die.
Can't get right, cousin. Get on up then die. Oh man, you know you a black hillbilly when you got a whole sentence as your name. You got a whole statement as your can't get right is around the way.
And they say it so serious. They say it with a straight face.
Ooh, wait, man. Again, noticing that we still haven't made it past our our second thing of talking. Oh, but I love it, man. You know I love it. I love that. That's why I love Whatever Talk, man. I'm glad I created Whatever Talk, man. And I'm glad you and everybody else who was a part of Whatever Talk was a part of it, man. Because, oh my goodness, this Whatever Talk is going to be the future of talk.
Exactly.
Oh, man, that's if we don't get killed first. By the government, like, bruh, Whatever Talk was okay, but that challenged your belief one, that's what got you in trouble. That's your problem right there. The challenge your belief one.
Right.
We could control the Whatever Talk, but you got Whatever Talk and challenge your beliefs.
Right.
Boy,
That's where you were.
That's where you're wrong.
That's where you messed up.
And they always say, this is what I notice, what I always hear. Love you too. Is that you don't know what you messing with, huh?
Love you too, bro.
Oh. About the whole you were good up until the Challenge Your Belief show came out. And they say things like, boy, you just don't know what you messing with, what you dealing with, huh? And that's another stupid, right. I take that as another one of those stupid phrases because I am aware of the government and their antics. So I am aware of the trouble I may be getting myself into, but is it really trouble, or is it just that you just don't want me to put this out in the world to plant seeds in people's mind?
Right. and to plant big ideas.
Exactly. Basically invoking courage amongst the people to speak out more. It's stupid to me. They make knowledge an evil thing. When me perceiving it that way, they're making it out to be learning, self-education, knowledge is an evil thing, even though they also advocate that knowledge is power, which that entails knowledge is power. And if you get too powerful with that knowledge that you got to get dealt with because you are planting too many seeds of courage amongst the people. And if we have too many people like you, we can't just label them as crazy no more. We have to label them as a threat. I'm just going to pick back up to the Rona conspiracy is that it's kind of like, see, not all Black people die of Rona. We got one. It's always the one with them. If we could just prove that one Black is not, then we're okay to proceed with the rest of the racism. You know what you get what I'm trying to say?
Say that one more time.
It's a coincidence that a week after we talked about Black people only dying of Rona in the media, at least that's what the media is showing us. This is not us personally saying this. The media is showing this. And a week later, one Black dies, and that one Black dies of cancer and not Rona this time. But the following week, another Black dies, and it just had to be back to Rona. So it's kind of like they're giving off the persona of, see, not all Blacks die of the Rona. Like going deeper is like, it's always one. The one Black. If they could just get the one Black, they could proceed with the rest of the racism. Kind of like white people is like, hey, I'm not racist. I have a Black friend. Like that statement alone is one of the key figures of letting people know that you just may be racist. The one Black friend, why you just can't say, yeah, I'm not racist.
Right.
Or you don't have to say that. You don't have to acknowledge the fact that you're not racist. Just don't do racist things.
Right. Actions.
Yeah. It's like, look, I may be out here doing racist stuff, but don't call me one. You know, they get mad at the phrase racist, but it's okay to be racist.
Right.
To them.
Don't call me what it is. Don't call me what I am.
I'd rather be dead to hear about myself.
Right.
Oh man. Well, yeah, again, it could be everything is a coincidence or a me thinking too much into it when situations like this happens in the world. Is it me? Does it seem like in the world when people don't like stuff, they just don't want it to exist at all? It's kind of like, that's nasty. That does not need to exist. But
Right.
you do know somebody like this, right?
Right. Just because you don't like it don't mean it don't have to exist. Like, matter of fact, if you want to make sense of it all, you don't need to exist. The rest of us, because there's a lot more people that like it
than just one you,
and you the one that don't. So yeah, so you probably the oddball and don't need to exist.
But you don't want that though, do you?
Right.
You don't want to not exist. So how do you know somebody who like it don't want this not to exist then?
Right. Exactly.
Thanks for listening to Whatever Talk, folks. It's been another great show, another great conversations on conspiracies, Rona, and making fun of all of that. It's some real life stuff too. Improv. Hey, I can't wait, Cal. This sketch comedy thing is gonna be pretty dope.
Yes.
Listen to us on Anchor, Podomatic, iTunes, iHeartRadio, YouTube, Spotify, Castbox. I'm trying to name off all of them, and I know I can't. And various other podcast apps out there in the world. If you're having issues finding us on any one of those, go to Google. We're the first thing Google suggests. Awesome. Kev, give your shout outs.
All right, shout out to all you beautiful listeners out there, my fam, our fam, from here to there, from there to here, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, till next time.
And I want to give a shout out to all the listeners out there as well. I want to give a shout out to all the other podcasts that had me as a guest. It's pretty dope. I love talking to different people now. Yes, I still don't like people. I'm still a self-proclaimed misanthropist. Also want to give a thank you again to all the guests that has come on Whatever Talk. Dope. And I want to give a shout out to my family, my wife, my kids, Melia, and Whatever Talk cast. Until the next episode of Whatever Talk, whatever.
If you would have made it this far, but then you made it to the end of the show, you can stay posted, but we gotta go. But wait a minute, leave a comment, tell us what you think about it. Come again, tell a friend, tell whoever listening. Whatever Talk.